How's it? Sean from Combat Simulations. Cauldrons of War, Eastern Front, 1941 Barbarossa, and beyond. We're going to play it as the Soviets this time. All right, so please, before we begin, please subscribe to my channel. It's free, and also leave comments and suggestions. And watch my videos. Helps me a lot, and like them as well. All right, so from the Russian side point of view, Barbarossa. Okay, so we're going to keep everything on normal. Operation Barbarossa. Barbarossa, June to December 1941. One of the most gigantic military operations of all time has just begun. The Wehrmacht attacks an adversary taken completely by surprise, but soon he'll discover that it has seriously underestimated the combativeness of its adversary, its capacity to mobilize its population, and its formidable industrial apparatus. Never era of appreciation will have been so costly in human lives. Let's launch it. Hitler is certainly not informed. Fighting has started in 3 Soviet military districts on the western border. In the Kremlin, there is dismay and incomprehension. Stalin still believes in a provocation from the German generals and advises not to respond to what may be a rogue German provocation without Hitler's consent. But as dawn breaks, all evidence points to one thing: it is indeed war. The Red Army is taken by surprise, and a good part of its men is on leave or dispersed. The reports arriving at the Kremlin are chaotic, and it's very difficult to get an exact picture of the situation. We are at war. All right, it's war. Romanian dictator, I can't pronounce his name, has just called for a holy war for the liberation of Barbarossa and Bukovina. We will have to counterattack to repel the adversary. It is 12:45 that the comrade Molotov finally announced the war to the nation. It is at 12:45. The first reports of the NKVD on the reactions of the population are worrying. In Leningrad, the workers are furious to have produced so many goods sent to Germany within the framework of the German-Soviet pact. Long lines have been formed in front of food stores, and everywhere the atmosphere is close to panic. Anti-Soviet declarations are more frequent, and some citizens even expect improvement in their living conditions from the German invasion. In the Baltic countries, non-Russian fighters desert or join the enemy. It is obvious that the party cannot trust the people. All right. Our aviation is destroyed. The simultaneous attack on our aerodromes by the German aviation has caused real carnage. Wave after wave of our aviation has been destroyed on the ground and in the air. It is the concentration of our aircraft on a small number of airports that made this carnage possible. The lack of radio and communication equipment has led our armies to concentrate these planes. Dispersing them would simply make them unreachable and impossible to coordinate. Okay, here's our first decision. Shall we disperse them? Oof. Air forces are unavailable for several turns. No effect. Okay, we'll keep them quite well. You know what? I know I don't want to keep them concentrated, but I don't want them unavailable for 7 turns as well. All right, so we'll go with the historical. We'll keep them concentrated. It is better to have our planes. Our aviation is destroyed. It's better to have planes that can operate even at the cost of significant losses than scattered and useless planes. Whatever the blows suffered, there will always be red wings in the sky to challenge air superiority from the fascists. Directive number 2. We can't just accept the invasion. The Red Army has the means to counterattack, and above all, plans to do so have been ready for a long time. The southwestern front is in a position to destroy the 1st Panzer Group and launch a counterattack across Poland all the way to Krakow. General Kirponos seems to favor an overly cautious and defensive strategy, but that is not how we'll win the war. Okay, so we counterattack. SW front command +4 this turn, and SW front cohesion +4. Fall back in good order. Soviet cohesion of Soviet troops -1, Axis operations progress 10%, and Soviet troops gain defensive actions. I think we're going to fall back in good order. Directive number 2. General Kiriponos has been authorized to retreat his troops to better positions. The general staff recognize that the enemy must first be exhausted and slowed down. I agree. until a well-prepared counterattack can be organized. Soviet armies can now retreat tactically, which is great. Soviet armies can now entrench, which is great. Axis operations progress by 10%. Cohesion of Soviet armies decreased by 1. At least we can entrench. This is important. What are our victory conditions? The following objectives will give you victory points. Holding Moscow and Leningrad, 3 points. Holding the industrial regions of the Ukraine, 2. Holding Odessa and Sevastopol, 1. Holding Murmansk and being able to access it, 1 point. Having moved our industry to the Urals, 1 point. Having secured another route for British aid, 1 point. And taking Krakow, 3 points. 6 points will be enough to secure a victory, and 3 points for a draw. Understood. All right, so let's look at see what we have. We have obviously no planes, eh? Oh, we have planes. All right, brilliant. Oh, sorry. Now let's just see what we can do with our planes. Obviously didn't bomb down here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to restore communications. We've got 2 points here. We'll get to that one now. What's in the southern front? Do we have anybody we can send to the front? Yeah, I might send him to the Prut. First of all, you know what? I would like to refit him. Okay, he gets 2 cohesion points. Let's first just refit him. So he's got at least a style. He'll come back later. We'll send him. And he's still sending guys. Alright, so the southwestern front, what do we have? Okay, we got the 55th Rifle Corps, 49th, 36th, 31st. And what do we have here? We have no... Well, we have planes. So we didn't destroy all our planes, thank goodness. Disputed air superiority, that's fine. We've got 4 points here. But look at the cohesion here, man. Look at this stuff. Hey. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I can't withdraw him because he's pinned as well. He's also pinned. I'm gonna entrench these guys. I'm also gonna entrench them. And I'm also gonna entrench this bugger. And I'm going to... Do we have any bandits? No, nothing. I've got 1 point left. No. Okay. If we do an infiltration, maybe that'll help. Let's infiltrate. Finding the batteries could be found and exploded attackers is now in position to ravage the rear enemy. Okay, we'll infiltrate with the cavalry. There's not much we can do. What do we have here? Okay, good. He might go to the front. Okay, so we're going to restore communications there. We're definitely going to send him to the front. We're going to refit him. And we're going to send him to the road to Murmansk. And we're going to... Oh, gosh, look at this, man. We're going to send him to the front. There's no use in him retrenching. Look at what we're up against here. Okay, I'm going to send him to the front. That's the 13th Army. We'll leave those guys where they are. Just hope we don't kill ourselves, yeah? We'll send these guys later. And we've got some oaks there, little cores. We got this guy. He might go to the front as well. Yes, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to restore communications with him. I am definitely going to send him to the Baltic offensive. I'm going to restore communications with him. And I'm going to refit him. At least we got some cohesion. Yeah. That's it. That's for the turn. We did everything. Okay, good. Next turn. Pavlov, the traitor. The disasters on the Western Front can only be explained by the conduct of General Dmitry Pavlov, commander of the front. or the left in the illustration. Okay. The reports arriving at the Kremlin describe an imaginable situation where all our units retreat in complete disorder, some fighting without ammunition. Officers far from inspiring the troops are forced to flee. The party committees of the concerned regions are calling for extraordinary and urgent measures. The situation is serious. What should we do? All right, death to the traitor. Soviet generals got some decisions here. Okay, experience 0, barbarity 2, Western Front command 0, -1. No effect, you'll get over it. Western command front -1, all generals experience 3. Yeah, but we could do that. Let's get the okay. Pavlov the traitor. To anyone's surprise, Stalin kept General Pavlov in his post. To everyone's surprise, it will be remembered that the latter had already strongly criticized Volst during the purges of 1937. Perhaps this surprising indulgence is linked to the awareness that in these dark times the nation needs competent generals more than ever. Meanwhile, disorder continues across the Western Front. So we lose but we get Generals 3 experience, which is good. Finland at war. The German Air Force has carried out raids from Finnish territory, and the Alpine Corps of General Detail has occupied the Finnish mines in Petsamo. The Finnish government finally revealed its game and declared war on us. Of course, in a speech by their president, this is a new Russian aggression. It quickly becomes clear that this war has been prepared for a long time, and the Finnish army lines up more than 200,000 men along the border. For Finland, the hour of reconquest of territories which she had returned to us in 1940 has come. Continuation of the war. Our troops are finally firmly entrenched along the roads. Our troops are perfectly able to contain this aggression. The Finnish armies and fronts are activated. Okay, so we still have, barbarity is not. I suppose we don't get a lot of barbarity here. South. Okay, we've got him. Let's just see what's going on down here. Okay, assault. 3rd Romanian Army versus the 9th Army. We lose a bit of cohesion. Okay. Anything else happened here? Right, to the front, bro. Well, refit, and then to the front. So we're getting cohesion. See, he's got decent enough generals and stuff, but we don't have cohesion. We don't have great generals, but we've got guys that are, geez, they're in real trouble here. There was only 2 points we got there. Pity. Hey, alright, so we got some O's over there, but like what's happened here? Okay, assault on the 6th Army on the 26th, the 17th Army on the 5th, the 6th Army on the 22nd, the 17th Army versus our 5th Cavalry, ammunition resupply. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's restore the communications. We need that. Yes, we need. Okay, let's restore the communications there again. Somebody, do you have any bandits here? I'm just checking. Yes, man, 2 points left. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... gosh. We put him in reserve and then refit him. That's what I'm thinking is the only thing. So we put him in reserve and then we refit him. Got to get that cohesion up. That's a problem with our armies. What did we get? We got 8 guns and we got some cohesion back too. No, I think at the back, yeah. I just want to check. Okay, so 9th Army versus our 6th Cavalry. We lose -4. Cohesion. 4th Army assault, 13th Army. Assault, 9th Army, 4th Army. Assault, the Panzer Group of 3 versus the 10th Army. Reverse front. Okay, he obviously wiped out one of our armies here. Hey, bro, this is not looking fun. Okay, we'll do a defensive withdrawal with him. Now I'm just going to check in the northwest front. Do we have anybody here? We can. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this. But first thing, I'm just trying to check. He's got no points over there, and we've at least gone back. Shit. Yeah, and him. Alright, he's just going to have to die. I'm going to bring up one of these guys. I'm going to refit him and then lead him to the road to sorry, to the road Minsk, sorry, Minsk. Eesh, we're going to take a hammering here. Okay, let's just see what actually happened here. Okay, she's captured 2 trucks. The 11th Army doesn't exist. First of all, I want to restore communications there. Okay. He needs to be refit. And he needs to go to the front. And then he needs to go to the front. Okay, so we gotta somehow throw fodder ahead here. Okay. Now we got the northern side. What do we have here? Anything else? What's front? What's this front like? Jeez, look at the cohesion. Look at these. We are in trouble. I'm gonna refit him. Okay. And I'm gonna refit him as well. Okay, and I'm probably gonna do the same over here if I can. I'm gonna refit him. And I'm gonna refit him. Okay, so we needed to get something back. I mean, there at least we got 1 ammunition and 2 cohesion. We need it. That's all. That's exactly what we need. Yeah. Okay. Let me just see what's in the north. Okay, we got these 2 as, but we can't move them. Those 2 guys. There's nothing over there. I'm gonna go to the front. I've got 4 points here. I've done this guy already. This is the Karelia. So I'm going to keep him like that. And then here, I'm going to refit him and I'm going to ask him to go to the front. And he might entrench. I don't know. He's entrenched already. Yeah, I might just entrench him. Yeah, there we go. So he's entrenched. And before I do anything with that, I've still got a point over here, right? Oh, no, no point here. Not even here. I do have a point here. Yes, it's bad. That's got 1 infantry. That's at least got so bad. Okay, he's going to go to the front. Just to help out over there. That's everything. Yeah. Okay, next turn. Stalin speaks. Alright, since the invasion, people have become helpless, and without information, the radio broadcasting only music. As nature adores a vacuum, the wildest rumors begin to arise. At last, the comrade Stalin has spoken. In the radio speech, speaking frankly to the Russian people, in a new tone, comrades, citizens, brothers, sisters, combatants of our army and our navy, I address you as a friend. It's now a sacred war. All right, Stalin speaks. The speech spread in factories and on the streets set a course for the nation and set the tone for an emerging form of war. The war against fascist Germany cannot be viewed as an ordinary war. It is not only war between 2 armies, it is also a great war of the entire Soviet people against the German fascist troops. In this war we are not alone. We have allies such as Great Britain and even the United States ready to help us materially. The speech is the spark that the Soviet people waited for to raise their heads and mobilize. The Germans have heard this speech too. This war will be a struggle to the death between 2 civilizations. Cohesion of Soviet armies +1, which is great, and barbarism +2, which is not so great. So we're sitting on +2. All right, cool. Let's start at the bottom here. Romania. Do we have anything in there? Yeah, I definitely want to bring, but it depends on what's happened over here. All right, assault on the 11th Army versus the 9th Army. Assault on the 11th Army versus the 9th, and ammunition resupply. I just hope we don't. Okay, so we held out. Luckily, we brought that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna bring him forth to the front. Okay, because he's made 80% progress, and it's extreme heat. And I'm thinking of bringing one of these guys to the front. I think I'm just going to entrench him. Simple. Keep him bottled up there. Let's slow him down. Assault on the 6th Army versus the 12th. We lost lots of cohesion. 17th Army versus our 4th Mechanized Corps. We lost a lot of cohesion. Assault of the 6th Army versus our 22nd Mechanized Corps. We lost 2. And again, the Panzer Group of 1. I hope he didn't reverse the Franks there. Yeesh. Alright, so we need him to go in reserve. Okay, he needs to refit. That's important. He needs to come to the front. Right. And I just want to see what is in the southwest front. Okay, we've got that, but we've got enough in front here of us here. Ooh, I'm thinking of refitting him again. What's the nationality of the purge? This army is purged of nations nationalities deemed unreliable or suspect of sympathy for the enemy. The cohesion of this troop increases, but its troop numbers decrease. Okay, so that's one way of increasing the troop numbers. Controlled by the party does something very similar. The army gains in the number of troops and in cohesion, but its military experience goes down. Well, we have shit military experience anyway. Shucks. I need to entrench one of these guys, man. He's a good, and he's yes. Okay, I'm gonna send him to. I'm gonna refit him. We need to get more. He's gonna remain in reserve. Okay, that's sorted that out. We have some guys in the western front. Do we have any? Okay, assault 4th Army versus the 6th Mechanized Corps. We lost cohesion. Panzer Group versus 6th Mechanized Corps, and he destroyed the 17th Corps. Oh, goodness gracious me. Great balls of fire. We have bandits. Okay, so I'm going to clean the bandits. I'm going to do cleaning operations. And I'm going to attempt to break through here. Okay, so that didn't work. I'm going to send him to the front. And I'm going to entrench him. We've got to do something here. I tried to break through out here, but that didn't work. He's going to kill us here in the front here. We've got this guy here, but that's all we've got. And in the northwest, we've got nobody. Alright, so the 16th Army versus 22nd Army. Okay, ammunition supply, 3rd Corps, -3 cohesion. 16th Army versus the 12th Mechanized Corps, -2, 12. So somebody was destroyed, 12th Mechanized Corps, obviously. Okay, brilliant. They're going to entrench. Okay, and he's also going to... Well, shit. Can we do a... We don't want to do it because he's 68% in the Baltic. We can hit a control by the party here. That'll give us more cohesion. But we lose experience. We don't have experience anyway. So if we do that, we get 2 cohesion. What else can go there? There's nothing else that can go down there. And then we're going to entrench this boy as well. There's no deep. Yeah, we'll entrench him as well. So let him come at us. And we got 2. The front is 2. So we covered with the front. Here, we're covered with the front because it's 3. And here, we're way covered by the front because it's 6 actually. Sorry, no, it's 2. And we got way more than enough O's there. And here we're covered by the front as well. We've got 4 O's here. So we can hold that front. Okay, so what's north? Alright, so I would want to just see. So that's the north. And the west. I just want to see what we have here, man. So we can, maybe we need to shore up the lines here. I'm going to send one of these guys to the northwestern front. Boom. At least he's got... And he can refit over here. Okay. Now I just want to just double check. Is there anything? Okay, second finish core goes to the front. That's fine. We'll keep. We're just holding this line here. He's only... he hasn't got 0% there. And over here, I think we can entrench. And we'll entrench there. We can refit these guys too. Not yet necessary. I'm just checking what we can do here. But we can refit these guys. So I'll refit him. And I'll refit him. So he's got full cohesion. Yeah, he's gonna go to the front. Well, we've got 4 here, but we can just be careful, yeah? Do we have anything in Norway? Nothing to... And in Finland, we've got nothing to send. And... yeah, no, that's the north. Okay, sorry, I was looking at the wrong... Murmansk, we've got guys to send. And in the north, we've got a guy, but we finished with that. He's coming. Alright, assault. He's... mountain troops versus 14th infantry, which is fine. What we'll do is we'll move... we'll refit this. Oh, we can't do anything with it. Ah, shucks, man. Okay, so we can... but be careful, yeah? Because of this front. Okay, so we've got enough coverage here. We've got enough. But we're a little short. I mean, the rate is 4. But what's the angle here? It's 1. So we're okay, yeah. So you can go to reserve. He can be refit. And he can go back to the front. Alright, brilliant. That's him sorted. So we've got no more points left. Alright, next turn. July 13th, 1941. Okay, let's go back down to Romania. Nothing in there. Okay, so he's 19% beyond the Prut. So we got his 11th army attacked our 18th. We lost cohesion. And then we lost 0 cohesion with his 3rd Romanian army attacked our 18th. And he's got air superiority. I don't think we can get this back. No. We should have planes though. We got 0 planes. Okay, we gave up that part of the plane. Who needs to be refit? This guy. Let's refit him. And let's send this guy to the front. Okay, that's helping us here a little bit. Southwest. Okay, deep raid. Panzergruppe 1. 17th Army versus our 6th Army minus 3. 17th Army versus our 6th Army. Sheesh. Goodness. What do we have in the southwest? Okay, we're going to need to start bringing these guys up. And we got to look here. He's now whacked us out of Murmansk here. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so these guys are going to have to go forward. Um, he's going to go to the front. I'm trying to, who can we refit the most? And I'm going to send, I don't know which one it is. Maybe this one. That's 3 infantry, that's 3. They're basically all the same. If we said, no, the capture of Kiev. No, the Western Front. He's going to go to the Western Front. Because we need him up here. We need him up here. And they're going to go back. But we still got to deal with this here. And we might want to send something more back down here as well. I'm going to entrench him. I think I might, hang on, before we do that, and I might just entrench him as well. Yeah. Okay, so that's done. Now we've got to deal with this. Shit. This is not good. Okay, he's going to refit, and he's going to go to the Slamens Road. And he's also going to go to the Slamens Road. We're going to try and tie him up over here. Shit. Let's see if we can break through. Okay, so we did. We did break through, which was brilliant. Okay, we did break through. But we just didn't have enough time to restore the communications. Yeah, no longer, these units no longer coordinates and the chaos in the store. So we out. Are we still in the castle though? I thought we broke through. Oh, we didn't. Shit. We got 0 points there. Oh, shucks. Okay, so we got the Lunga operational group. Okay, let's just find out what happened here. 16th Army versus our 27th. He sent ammunition. It's access air control. And we are minus coercion here. The 16th Army versus the 27th. The 18th versus the 27th. And then he destroyed the 17th Army. God. Man. Okay, so we're going to have to... We're going to have to do some serious... To the Baltic front. To the Baltic front. And we're going to have to hold him up as long as we can. He can refit and he can go to the front. Let's tire the Germans out. Tire their armies out with our numbers. We're really taking a hammering here. This is a serious hammering. Oh, goodness. Okay, good. We have guys in here. Let's just see what happened here. Okay, we'll keep these guys there, like they are. And he tried to go to the front, and then he tried an infiltration, and he tried behind the lines. But that's fine. That's fine. We need to send... Where is it? We need to send from the north. We need to send him. These are those Novgorod guys. We need to send them to the northwestern front. So he at least has got some more guys here. And then we can pile him up here and stop him here. We'll try it, because the extreme heat now. So that means he's really going to battle. Do we have aeroplanes? We've got one plane. Okay, good. I need to get these guys refit. So I'm gonna refit these guys because I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need these guys at some stage for the defense of Leningrad. So I'm gonna refit them all. I'm gonna leave these guys as they are. That's fine. Okay, we've got fortified regions here. This is fortification, so we can stay entrenched here. He's not gonna. Now he's coming this way, right? Do we have anything in the Murmansk? Okay, so we've got that. We've got that. I just want to see. Okay, so the assaults versus the 14th Infantry Division. We definitely need to get a guy down there. Yeah, he's got to go there. And he has to go to the front. Okay, good. He can't resupply, whatever. We need him in the front there. And over here, we don't have any bandits, eh? We need him to go to the front. And somebody has to be entrenched here. Somebody else has to be retrenched. Entrenched, yeah. Gotta stop him on both those sides. That's everybody, right? Yeah, looks like it. And then down at the bottom. Alright, next turn. Okay. Also be Oddle. It is necessary to create a special department in charge of counterintelligence and combating treason in the immediate environment of the front. This special department will not only deal with espionage, it will also take care of control and monitor the rear areas of the front. This is necessary because panic is numerous in the Red Army and it retreats, often to turn into a mad flight with abandonment of heavy equipment. The Stavka ordered the establishment in each division of a barrage battalion responsible for restoring the discipline and returning the fugitives to combat by any means, including force. We can now set up barrage detachments. Let's see what that would be. Okay, first, double command. First weeks of combat have proven that one cannot trust the generals. It is important that the political commissars strictly control the execution of orders from high command. They must be able to transfer failed officers to the military court. No command order should be valid until being countersigned by the commissar. Alright, let's just see this. Establish dual command. Generals level decreased by 1, barbarity by 2, army's cohesion, which we need. It would be a step back. All generals experience +1. I gotta think about that. You know what, the generals are pretty shit anyway, so let's establish it. Get the barbarity, army's cohesion. Let's get the army's cohesion. For fear of being denounced by the commissar, the commanders have unplugged their brains and will apply the most fanatic attitude. Whatever the reality on the ground, on the front, trains full of political figures, fighters disembark. We need real Bolsheviks to win this war. Level of generals decreased by 1. We got shit generals anyway. Barbarity by 2, but we need the cohesion. Our troops display Directive 270. Our troops display an unforgivable sluggishness when they find themselves surrounded. They should not surrender, but seek to break out at all costs. Quite often, the bad example comes from above, and the officers hide their badges and ranks to escape more easily. All these traitors must know that their families will pay the price for their acts. Geez, barbarity 5. No, I'm not going to do any more of that. Our officers on the ground. Our officers are on the ground. They know better when to withdraw and when to attack. Stavka must learn to trust them. I agree. Okay, the Colossus with clay feet. The giant mechanical core of the Red Army have, in dramatic fashion, proven to be utterly powerless, under-supervised, and a logistical nightmare with their 12 different tank models and their 6 calibers of ammunition. Many tanks were abandoned due to a lack of fuel or mechanical breakdown, without ever having experienced combat. General Zhukov advocates for the dissolution of these corps. The materials recovered would be returned directly to the reserves of Stavka, or could serve to strengthen the armies. Yeah, so if we keep the corps, the mechanized corps generals +1, no, those corps are small. Mechanized groups are disbanded and their resources poured into the reserves. Okay, I prefer that one. Dissolve the corps. Okay, armored divisions are set up from the dismantled mechanized bodies. I prefer that. The maximum possible strength of Soviet armies increases by 2 tanks and 5 trucks. All right, finally, July 1941. Okay, let's go down to the Romania and see what chaos has happened down there. We don't have anybody in Romania. Okay, so assault 3rd Romanian Army versus the 18th Army. 4th Romanian Army goes to the front. Assault 4th Romanian Army versus the 2nd Cavalry. We lost one cohesion over there. Okay, so we are allowed. There is the barrier troops. The barrier troops, although these becomes compulsory during Barbarossa, they were kept as an action to allow them. The cohesion of this army will hold better when it makes human wave attacks. On the other hand, it loses. Its losses should be high, slightly ever. Shoot the traitor. Early in the war, there's little chance that the new general will succeed. So you got to try and get a new general, and then the human waves one. But it's better done, the human waves, if we do. I think it's better done if we do. I think a control from the party. Control from the party. Party gains in the number of troops incursion, but loses military experience. We need troops. We need to overwhelm him. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him entrenched. We can't. We've got no aeroplanes. I think I'm gonna go with increases, but his troop numbers decrease. I think I'm gonna go with control of the party for him, so he gets better cohesion. I'm gonna put him. How far is he on this thing? 19. I'm going to. I can't entrench him, and I can't entrench him either. I think I'm gonna do not a scout, an infiltration with a cavalry, because I mean that's what they're there for. This action is all the more likely to be successful if the reconnaissance has first been conducted and if the enemy does not have enough units to maintain it. But he has enough units, so that's no good. Okay, I'm going to come back here. Let's leave that 1 point there. Let's just see what's happened. Okay, so he's now already at Kiev. Alright, 17th Army versus the 4th Mechanized Corps. 17th Army versus the 4th Mechanized Corps. We lost cohesion. He destroyed the 4th Mechanized Corps. 17th Army refit. Assault against the 12th Army. We lost cohesion and he destroyed the 12th Army. Jeez, we are in terrible trouble, yeah? Okay, so the Southwest Front. Do I have anybody here? I just want to see this. Okay, he did a Panzer Blitz. He surrounded that army and obviously destroyed it. We need 4 on the flank here, on the thing here. So I have to send 1 back. I'm just doing this now to see who's the most. I'm going to refit him, and he's going to go to Slamens Road. Okay, now I've got to just keep an eye open here because we don't have much over here. So I'm going to, with this Western Front, I'm going to send to the Southwestern Front, but I'm going to refit. Well, hang on. Just make sure I use these units properly. Go to the front. And I have 1 more. I've got to send him this way. I've got to send him to the Southwest Front. He's pinned now. He can do nothing. Shucks. Okay, what we've got to hold on to Kiev as long as we can, yeah. Because this is 40 for the capture of Kiev. We can't let that happen. Oh shit. And over here, I mean, yeah, I think we can hold up, but we also need Oaks down there as well. So I'm going to send him to the Southern Front. I'm going to refit him, and I'm going to send him to the capture of Kiev. Does he? Do we have any bandits here? Because we don't want to. Okay, so he's going to do. Oh, he can't. He can't. Ah, there's no units. Damn. Oh, man. Okay, I've sent him there to help out over there. And the Southwest Army, I've got one corps over there, the 55th Rifle Corps. And he's got bandits and everything, and I can't bring him to the front. Jeez, the Russians were up against it. Okay, I've got one army there, but let's just see how we look over here. Okay, the 16th Army assaulted the 22nd Army. The 16th assaulted the 22nd Army again. And then he assaulted with the 22nd, and then the 22nd again. So we got a shitload of... So he went for this 22nd Army. We have to send him down. I'm sorry, man. He's got to go to the Baltic offensive. I don't care. We've got to stop him over here. And he's got to go to the front. And we have to entrench somebody. Okay, we've got 2 points. Now, I can give him control by the party, which will give him a little bit of cohesion, and then I can entrench one of these guys. So I'm going to give him control by the party. It'll decrease his military experience, which he doesn't have much of. Control by the party, which gives him some cohesion. And I'm going to entrench this guy. So making it so the Germans have to fight for every piece of ground. Yeah, it's got to be that way, man. That's the only way to deal with them. Yeah, we're kind of just holding the line there. Right, he's going. He's going to the. Well, before we get all wancy dancy over here, let's just check what happened here. Assault versus the 14th Infantry Division. And we got 4 points over there. And over here, the SS Division versus the 104th Division. So we've got numbers over here. So he's going to go to the front, so we're outnumbering. Now this northwestern front, we need to start putting. We've got 1-0 in. Well, we don't. I'm going to send, and this O is holding out tight. He's holding out tight. Leave him. Let him hold. The moment there's no progress here. Okay. And there's no... Okay, well, let's just check this out. This could be a problem. Right, the Finnish Corps fortified and assault against the Leningrad fortified regions -2. So we've got one army left. Okay, so we do need to send a guy up there. Okay. There. Send him to Karela. And then he can go to the front. We've got quite good cohesion here. He's got a great general and everything, don't get me wrong, but it's infantry. He's isolated. Well, somebody's isolated. He's isolated, but not yet. 2 points left. Okay, we're matching him over there, and 2 points left here. I'm just wondering if I should send him to reserve and then back to... No, don't. How are we looking over here? Still got 3 points over here. I just want to outnumber him over here. Ah, okay. We need to do some kind of refitting here. Reserve. Refit. And go back to the front. What's the no? It's a one narrow front, so we're okay there. We don't need more troops over there. We have 4 over here, which is fine, and their cohesion is not great, but it's stretched lines and it's holding. I'm gonna send one to not the Murmansk, to the to the northwestern front. So he's in there. He's going to help out here. He's going to help out here. And then this guy, I'm going to entrench him. Yeah. So we're both entrenched there. I hope that works. I'm not saying it's gonna, but I'm hoping that it's gonna work. Yeah, barbarity 4. Alright, next turn. Okay, emergency measures. As the German troops advance rapidly through the Baltic countries, we prepare for the worst in Leningrad. Militia volunteers are ill-equipped and Vorosh, I can't pronounce, no doubt, panicked. Orders the production of more and more exotic weapons to compensate for the lack of guns. Do we really have to produce sabers? Yes, don't forget about our pikes and daggers. Cohesion of the troops in the reserve of the Northern Army, man. Militiamen will be more effective in melee. No, just make more Molotov cocktails. Militiamen will be more effective against tanks. Don't get it. We'll take that. We won't. Okay, the enemy has tanks. Our militiamen have Molotov cocktails, and will give the Germans a warm welcome. The weapon is arguably the most dangerous for its user than for its armored adversary. But the important thing is that our militiamen do not feel deprived. So it's more dangerous for them than the armored adversary. The militiamen will be more effective against tanks. Do not ignite this yourself. This bonus remains marginal. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. We almost by an hour. Such a good game. Yeah, so it's about an hour, comes about 50 minutes or so. So I'm going to stop it here and we'll carry on the next episode. All right. Yeah. So basically, I mean, we're having a hammering here. Let's just go further down here and see. I mean, Kiev is under assault. He's here by Slomensk. My strategy here is to just try and delay him as much as possible. Delay him as far as we can, and then just wear him down, because the Germans will wear down in the heat eventually. So that's the idea. Just throw as many troops in there and wear him down, and try and keep the cohesion of the Soviet armies up. It's a battle. All right, yeah, Sean from Combat Simulations. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free, and also leave comments and suggestions, and watch my videos and like them as well. Yeah, it helps a lot. All right, until our next Cauldrons of War Barbarossa as the Russians video. Good day on you.